Demings is vocal in her TV ads about abortion, lashing out at Rubio for his stand. But we've been hearing, though, that the abortion issue isn't playing as heavily right now with voters. Your thoughts on that?
What's been fascinating is how a month or two in politics time can really be an eternity. If this election were held over the summer, Democrats would have had the momentum after seeing the Dobbs decision, which overturned Roe versus Wade. That's when, as I was talking to Democratic operatives, they felt their most optimistic, even though they were going in an election cycle that is typically very hard for the party in power. Typically, for any president's first midterm election, his party tends to see drop off in the House and drop off in the Senate. That's what Democrats always knew that they were working against. They did think that the abortion issue was going to turn the tide, and certainly it helped Democratic voters get up their enthusiasm. We saw that happening in polls. Abortion access still a top issue, but again, in many of the polls that we've seen, and frankly, in my conversations with voters here, as well as in Virginia, New York, all the other places that I've been traveling, they are also concerned about the economy, about crime, about inflation. And yes, some of them still are motivated around the issues of abortion access. Democrats have made that a key plank of theirs. But look no further than what President Biden has been saying as he's been on the campaign trail, because this is really the message that all Democrats are trying to send, that he wants this to be not a referendum on him and his party, but a choice between what Democrats offer and what Republicans offer. And there are differences between them on policy.
Let me just throw this question out to you. Here in our area, we are looking at some potentially nasty weather on Tuesday. Now, when I was a kid growing up in Missouri, that always spelled trouble for the Republicans. Does that bode better or worse for one party or the other on Tuesday, perhaps?
Well, the reason that you look at the weather report is because that impacts who wants to get out of their house and actually go to the polls on Election Day. What we've seen consistently, and it's going to be interesting to see if this holds this year, is that Democrats tend to vote more by mail than Republicans do. And the reason why in Missouri, and frankly in places like Florida too, Republicans tend to vote on Election Day. So that could be something. But at the end of the day, too, Republicans in Florida and broadly this state has always had a robust vote by mail operation. So we're still likely to see that hold. But you're right. Everyone's always looking at the weather report on Election Day. Certainly every campaign operative I know is doing that, too.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that analysis. And we are on your side with everything you need to know to make an informed decision at the polls. All you have to do is text election to the number on your screen, 633-2402. Of course, that's area code 904. And we will send our First Coast News election guide straight to your phone.